Welcome, everyone. I'm excited to kick off our presentation today. Our first slide features the intriguing title, Blend IN, Stand Out Internally, which really captures the essence of today's topic. We'll explore how thinking as you like can still mean behaving like others when it counts. This is Law 38, and we'll discuss strategies to navigate internal authenticity while maintaining external harmony. In the next few slides, we'll dive into practical insights and real-world examples to help you master this balance. So let's get started. Let's take a closer look at what Robert Greene is telling us here. When you showcase your unconventional ideas or express nonconformity, people might interpret that as seeking attention or even looking down on them. It's a natural reaction. People tend to feel uncomfortable or threatened by what's different. Because of that, they often respond by trying to punish you in some way. The key takeaway is that standing out or being different can sometimes backfire if you're not careful about how you present yourself. This ties into our overall theme of understanding social dynamics and knowing when to stand out and when to blend in. It's a reminder that awareness of others' perceptions is crucial if we want to navigate these situations effectively. Let's talk about the danger of nonconformity. When you blend in socially, you're essentially avoiding raising suspicion or causing unnecessary conflict. The idea is to preserve your power by shifting attention away from your true brilliance and instead focusing on your outward compliance. Most people feel insecure about their intelligence and habits, which makes them sensitive to someone who stands out. When you openly share ideas or wear clothing that's a bit ahead of the curve, it can be seen as implicitly criticizing their lack of insight. This is why conforming, or at least appearing to conform, can be a powerful strategy. It allows you to maintain a safe distance from potential criticism or opposition. Remember, the overall theme here is that conventionality can be a form of power. By fitting in, you can influence and operate more effectively within social structures. Let's take a closer look at René Descartes and how he managed his observance. He was very strategic in how he presented himself publicly. He practiced the same religious rituals as everyone else, dressed like a nobleman, and kept his radical ideas hidden until he was ready. He understood that revealing his true thoughts too early could put him at great risk of persecution. So, he protected himself by maintaining a facade while quietly pursuing his revolutionary ideas. Descartes was a pioneer in philosophy, and his approach required careful planning. He famously adopted the motto Bene Vixit, Bene qui laduit, which means, he lives well who lives unseen. This highlights how he valued caution and discretion, understanding that sometimes, staying hidden was the best way to protect oneself while still pushing forward with new thinking. Now, moving on to his method as a philosopher, Descartes believed that careful, systematic doubt was essential to discovering truth. He emphasized the importance of questioning everything and building knowledge from the ground up. His approach was methodical, aiming to establish a solid foundation for science and philosophy. All of this ties back to our overall theme, the balance between innovation and caution. Descartes shows us that groundbreaking ideas often require strategic patience and discretion, knowing when to reveal your thoughts and when to hold back in order to ultimately succeed. Let's explore the first mask, which is about adhering publicly to the accepted morality, rituals, and customs of the time and place. Essentially, it means that you should follow the social norms openly, even if your private thoughts differ. This helps you avoid being labeled as an atheist, revolutionary, or libertine, which could be dangerous, regardless of what you truly believe internally. Next, we have the mask of morals and culture. Here, the key point is to keep your radical ideas close. When you're communicating or sharing your thoughts, use conventional language and familiar concepts. Think of it as introducing new ideas gently, under a familiar guise, so you don't attract undue attention or suspicion. Moving on to speech and ideas, it's important to conform to the prevailing standards of speech. This means avoiding anything that might seem provocative or out of place. It's best to use language that's familiar and non-threatening, especially when discussing sensitive topics. Remember, Introducing new ideas subtly is often more effective than outright confrontation. Finally, the mask of style and dress emphasizes conforming to the current fashion standards. Dress one notch below your superiors, enough to show respect but not so uniquely that you stand out or attract criticism. Your clothing should never be a point of contention. Overall, these masks are about blending in and protecting yourself, while still navigating the realm of ideas and social norms cautiously. This is crucial to maintaining safety and influence within any society. When you finally act, your power will catch others off guard because they won't expect it. This gives you a huge advantage, making your influence almost irresistible. By maintaining this disguise, you gain valuable time to develop your strategies from within, building strength and insight without revealing your true intentions. The masses tend to tolerate you when you appear to conform, often mistaking that conformity for mediocrity, which works in your favor. The law here is about separating your internal world, your thoughts, ideas, and plans, from your external social persona. Your mind should be free to explore and innovate, while your outward behavior adheres to societal expectations. This internal freedom, what I call the inner freedom, allows you to behave like everyone else on the surface, which makes you seem predictable and non-threatening. And that's the key. This predictability grants you the ultimate freedom, the ability to develop unique ideas and methods in secret, without fear of judgment or interruption. So, why does this disguise work so well? Because it lets you operate behind the scenes, building your power quietly, while others are distracted by your outward conformity. This strategy ultimately helps you stay under the radar, giving you control and influence without drawing unnecessary attention. When considering the reversal of the usual rule to conform, it's important to understand when it might actually be strategic to flaunt your differences. First, if you already possess a level of power or influence that makes others' opinions less relevant or threatening, then you don't need to hold back. You're in a position where you can confidently stand out without fear of repercussions. Next, think about your audience. If they are truly seeking someone who breaks the mold, like a revolutionary or a maverick, then showing your uniqueness can actually work in your favor. It aligns with their expectations and desires for originality and disruption. Another key point is if conforming makes you invisible when you really need attention. This is especially relevant in situations where blending in undermines your ability to lead or make an impact. Remember Law 6. If conformity is causing you to fade into the background when visibility is crucial, breaking the rules intentionally can be a powerful move. Finally, I want to emphasize that you should only break the rules if your position is already solid and unassailable, or if your nonconformity is purposefully designed to shock or mesmerize your audience, particularly if they are expecting something original. Think of artists or performers who use this tactic to captivate and surprise their audiences. So, in summary, flaunting your differences is a calculated move, used sparingly and strategically, to reinforce your power, meet audience expectations, or create a memorable impact. It's all about timing and purpose.